Hi, I'm Roger with S&G. I'm your purchaser. And today we're going to go over laminate, we're going to go over review and new. So I've just picked up a piece of our stock laminate. This is Elements, this is Saratoga Pine. So I wanted to go over the four components that make laminate. You have the bottom piece, which is your balance. You have your middle, your HDF, your high density fiber. You have your decor paper, and on top you have your melamine. In your melamine, you have aluminum oxide. Very, very hard mineral. It's about the fourth hardest thing on earth. It's granulated and put in the melamine. Melamine is really plastic. It's the same component your light switches are made out of. Light switches do not wear out. That's why your laminate doesn't wear out. The aluminum oxide even enhances the wear and the durability of the product, especially against tabor or abrasion, chairs, tables, things sliding, things of that nature. So I want to kind of go over the new line that we're just putting in. It's made by Clausen. Clausen's a very, very big manufacturer, second in the world. A couple things about Clausen, second biggest, they're also fully integrated. What that means is they own their forest, they produce their HDF. Why is that important? Because the high density fiberboard that they make, they control. They can put resin in it, they can make sure it's the right quality, they can also make sure that it's consistent. The higher the density, the more resin, the less water it will absorb. So it's actually a better quality product. Not to say that other ones are not HDF, they are, but just so you know, the manufacturer creates their own tolerances and specifications. This product, Elements, has a couple sister products. They're known as, on the new rack, they're also 7 millimeters. There's two names, there's EverClick and there's Solido Visions. So EverClick and Solido Visions are basically the exact same as Elements, just in different colors and different patterns. The next line in 8 millimeter would be Colonial and Solido Elite, and those products are represented here. I'm going to kind of go over the different finishes and some of the different things that we can do with laminates, but I want you to look at the rack, get familiar, and kind of get an idea of what you're looking at. There's also a couple 12 millimeter products on the rack. There's Precious and Dynamic. They're actually Precious Highlands and Dynamic Highlands, but I like to abbreviate a little bit. You're welcome to look at the rack. So a few different things about finishes and how we produce laminate that might be interesting to you right now, which is the beveling, which there's one finish on the edge. There's also pressure edge laminates, and then there's obviously just square laminates. Those are really the three type of edge finishes that we can produce. On top of that, the finish itself, there's a few different types of finishes. This kind of gets important, it's a little more technical, and it also gives the visual to the product. Not that the bevels or the straight edge or the pressed edge don't add or enhance the look of the product, but I think actually the finish itself, how it's pressed, portrays what the product really is going to look like. And what you need to know about that is, with the melamine, it can either be just a ripple type of product, it could be smooth, or it could have like a little bit of a light sandpaper type of look. Not that it's sandpaper, just the finish itself is just kind of that lightly brushed type of look. Some of our new products from Shaw, the flax product that we stock, you'll notice that has a really heavy ticking or embossing to it. So all of those are characteristics or different types of finishes. But the main finish I want to talk about is embossed in register. Its short is EIR. EIR is when we actually take the melamine and we press it to the same formulation or configuration of the paper itself. So that adds to your realism and your depth. So a good example of that on the rack, everybody should go look at this, would be a Colonial in the color Bermuda. Not all products have it. For instance, if it's a maple product that's pretty smooth, there's no reason to do embossed and register. Usually it's only done when you do like a hickory or like a heavy exotic type of looking paper, because what we're trying to do is mimic that exact depth and realism. So in this case, this particular floor, I don't think you can see it, but you'll have to do it yourself. Go to the rack. You'll see the knot holes themselves, and anywhere there's grain, the ticking or the top melamine of the product matches exactly, which helps your depth and realism. So I hope here's a couple quick components and key points to help you sell your new in-house laminate by Clausen. Every store has the rack up, and you'll definitely like the price points. And one of the other reasons is because it's made in Germany, there's some different visuals. It's not all the same old visuals. I wanted to get a little bit more variety for you and for certain customers that are looking kind of as an edgier product or a modern look. So good selling. Thanks for your time.